Okay.
Hey, you guys.
Welcome back. It's February 1st, 8:45 p.m. We're actually starting pretty early while we just sat around and did nothing still.
Did nothing. All right.
We watched the
Pro Bowl.
Dodgeball. But who wants to take us over on our weekend?
Road trip. Went to Birmingham, Alabama.
To watch
UAB versus Memphis. That was a good game.
Let me just say I won some money off of UAB. Come on now.
I did not.
Come on now. But it was a fun game.
It was.
Very good game.
That boy
Shout out to Eric Gaines.
Eric Gaines is a bucket. There he is. He is a bucket. Can we go? I'm gonna go to the box score real quick.
I got you, bro. Don't worry about it.
I'm already here. Oh, you there?
I'm already there.
Well,
first half was UAB, but UAB played very poorly in the first half.
A lot of turnovers.
Memphis sped the game up a lot. They full court press off the rip. UAB scrambled a lot. They had a lot of turnovers. I wonder what the first half turnovers were. But if you just look at the starting five for UAB, Lindeborg had 4, Davis had 3, Johnson had 3, Gaines had 3, and Vasquez had 3. What's the math on that? 9, 12, 16 turnovers is off the starting 5. They had 21 turnovers total.
That's brutal.
That's a lot of turnovers for that.
Memphis had 22 though. Keep that in mind.
I think they got Memphis in the turnover margin in the second half. Holy crap. D. Jones, forward 4. Memphis had 9 turnovers. They were farming him.
He had 24 points, though. Good for him.
It was a double-double. In a turnover.
In a different point of the game. But, these two...
I'm just trying to figure out the first half turnovers.
You're good. You can be on your phone.
I mean, Memphis
Eric
had
Gaines, man. That's a name that you want to write down right now.
Hooper.
Ironically, Matt was loving this when I said that. He's an LSU transfer.
I'm not loving it because I wish he would have stayed. It's probably Will Wade, a recruit.
Wouldn't doubt it. And then Axel Lendenberg. I'm gonna say that's his name. It's Yaxel or Axel. I don't want to butcher it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that Y is silent.
Yeah, silent.
But if I pronounce that wrong, I apologize. I think it's Axel. That is a bucket as well.
He played really well.
Played really well.
Him and Gaines were their offense. And then the guys around him were pretty good shooters, so that helped him out.
Not to mention, Gaines had a buzzer beater at half that was just...
Yeah.
He said, let me get the rock and let me do my thing real quick. It was a fun sight to see. I thought it was a fun game to go to in general.
It was.
It was very fun.
The atmosphere at Bartow Arena, which is UAB's home court, was actually surprising.
On Twitter, when you're talking about stuff, everything starts getting on the feed. That was apparently their best atmosphere they've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Because we were there.
It was definitely because we showed up.
Because they knew we were coming.
They knew we were coming, but...
It was actually crazy. I didn't know they had it like that. The court's a little old. They probably need to redesign the court. But besides that, nice arena. Nice arena. It
was cool.
Again, I like how small it was. I like that.
Definitely, I think it made it a lot louder, too.
Yeah, it did. They got pretty loud in there at times.
A lot of towels were being waved around.
Yeah.
A lot of slinging towels. That was fun. A lot of slinging towels. Matt hit someone, actually.
I did.
Funny enough.
Where's the towels at?
I got one.
Yeah, Matt was swinging it.
Matt was swinging it.
This is the towel they gave for free for the tickets that were $17.
Good game. Good game.
I'd buy a $17 towel again.
It was a good game.
I would.
That was the Tigers' third straight loss.
Well, then they lost to FAU also.
The next day?
Well, this week.
Oh, damn.
They've lost 4 straight. This is what I was about to say, and I follow this count on Twitter X app that Memphis could possibly lose to the Owls mascots 4 times this year. Random thing.
Who did they lose to?
They lost to FAU.
Owls. Okay.
They lost to FAU and they lost to Rice. And then they could lose to Temple.
It's not an Owl.
Which they could. I mean, that's not a guarantee. But then they could lose to FAU again. So that's 4 Owls.
That's 4 Owls in 1 year.
In 1 year.
What happens in the NCAA tournament? They'll probably make it.
They lost to the Dragons.
I can see them making it. They lost to the Blazers. Yep.
You talking about UAB or Memphis? Who you talking about?
I was talking.
They also lost. Memphis also lost to the Blazers, but that's not how. Besides the point.
Not now.
It was a fun game. The atmosphere was wild. Their student section. I love the live band.
Live band.
Oh, yeah.
Right next to the student section.
Everybody loves a good band.
They had a good playlist.
Matt said he loves a good band.
I do love a live band. That's
I also
events.
love when someone tries to rip the rim off the goal.
Oh, dude, if he would have finished that,
He almost did.
I want to put this up, but I don't know if what we get around with for copyright and everything. But dude, he almost, if he would have came down with that, he would have. Bartow would have exploded. Let me say that. Bartow
I would have exploded.
I think we exploded.
I would
Even
have
though it
jumped out of
didn't.
that seat and went down there and
Yeah.
gave him a high five.
Also, from the game, did y'all see the dude over there that had the chops? Like Wolverine
No, I
sitting
didn't.
beside
I
us?
didn't see him.
You were asleep half the game.
Dude,
How
I-
you doing?
You must have been
I was
dreaming.
sitting there, and when I
Yeah,
moved down
he's
to
a
the end,
Wolverine,
and I
yeah.
looked over, and the dude sitting next to me had this chin shaved, and he had the full chops in the mustache with no chin.
I didn't see him.
I was right beside him. I didn't even see
I
it.
didn't see
I was so
him.
focused. I was locked in. I was locked in.
I was
on the
eating my
game.
Dippin' Dots, and I was like,
The first half, UAB did a good job breaking their full court press a lot, but just the speed of the game that Memphis was playing at had them on the ropes a couple times. I think the biggest lead Memphis had was around an 8-point lead, but they brought it back down before half.
I think they were down by 2 at half, or what? Did they
They're
tie
up,
it
they're up at one, by one.
by 1?
Up
Yeah.
by 1.5 because
Yeah.
that 3-pointer from Gaines
Yeah,
was electric.
the ISO.
Trey Way.
Quinterly,
Quiet game.
yeah, quiet game, quiet 12, but former Alabama player transferred to Memphis to be under Penny Hardaway. Is that meme right now when
I
like
took the hall.
that one song where it's Paul George and it's his highlights? You know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about, yo?
Nah, I'm sorry.
Well, I'll have to show you after we film, but his game's smooth. He's smooth. I like how he dribbles the ball, how he's composed. You can tell he's probably between him and Gaines as point guard, he's a little bit more composed. But Eric Gaines is a better scorer.
Eric Gaines is
A way better scorer, but he's a little bit more.
you compared him to like a John Morant type.
Yeah, John Morant.
He just attacks the rim.
Yeah, he's explosive.
He
is the way I would say.
really just attacks the
Yeah,
rim.
he's a solid player. I wonder if maybe I didn't watch much UAB, but I wonder if that was like the best game they played in a while.
I can check right now. I think so. They're 13-7, 14-7 now. They did lose to McNeese, rightfully so.
Will Wade,
Will Wade's, like I said,
the guy.
he's the guy. I think they're a tournament team in my opinion. A loss to FAU, rightfully so.
Tournament team.
Arkansas State, Southern Miss, 2 losses right there. Lost to Clemson, who is
Tournament team.
tournament team.
PJ Hall's really a baller.
Which, speaking of, it's surprising that I wouldn't say ACC is a down year, but you've got Duke, UNC
Yeah.
dominating, and then next team up is pretty much Clemson. Louisville is just an absolute
Well,
crap show.
Georgia Tech's a scary team too. They
Yeah.
beat Duke this year and they beat North Carolina.
I did. Oh,
They beat Duke, and both at home. You can watch Duke.
Here it
And,
is.
Ugh!
see, he's explosive and lanky. Kind of reminds me of Jaw. That's the only reason. That's my comparison. Can we go back to the spreadsheet? Not the spreadsheet. Box score. Back to that D Jones guy with a 24. I was just looking at it again. He almost had a quadruple double in turnovers, steals, and rebounds. 24, 9, 7, and
I
9.
don't necessarily know if a turnover would be a triple double.
I would give it it would be quadruple double.
I don't think the turnover counts as a.
No, it
Part of
does.
this
No,
stat.
it does.
So you're saying I could drop 20, have 10 rebounds,
Because
and then 10 turnovers. So that's a triple double.
I think what's his face? Draymond Green got a triple double with turnovers, steals, and assists.
There's no way that counts.
That's what he got. It was like with 8 points.
I don't know how that's validated at all.
I mean, it's kind of like a soft triple double, I guess you could say.
Soft triple double.
Yeah, it's like if you don't want to count it, but it's a soft triple double.
Interesting.
Seems like a bad triple double.
I mean, yeah, nine turnovers, picked up in the steal in, but
Yeah.
Quinterly was not shooting well from the 3 or shooting well at all. 4 for 15, 2 for 8.
He had a couple air balls too.
Yeah, he was shooting deep ones too. I don't know why he was shooting those deep ones, but
He pulled up on some Steph Curry stuff.
yeah, he was. He tried to.
I will say this is what's crazy is they're 15-5.
Mhm.
which I mean, obviously they've lost 4 straight.
Mm-hmm.
They go from a top 10 team to losing 4, losing to a Rice team that I think is 9-10 and 17.
Mm-hmm.
Fact check me on that. It's something 8 and 13. 9 and 13. 9 and 13.
Yeah.
Which I don't, like I said, I don't know what is necessarily going on.
Was it at Rice?
I mean, look at the
No, it was-
free throws. I mean, they took 23 and UAB had 34, and they lose by 10,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that's 10 free throws.
But no, they lost.
lot of it
They
does.
lost in FedEx Forum too.
Mm.
So
Interesting. A lot of the games I've been watching this year that where the game lost is it really comes down to that free throw line. For example, like the Tennessee, not trying to bring it up. But
no, it's the truth.
the
Dude.
Tennessee South Carolina game. If you look at the statistics, the stats, Tennessee shot very poorly from the free throw. Where South Carolina did too, but they made more on their attempts.
Yeah.
Compared to Tennessee's.
Memphis loses by 9,
Mhm.
and they get out free throwed by 10.
Yeah. That's right there. I mean.
Well, that's
Say UAB.
that's another transition.
You don't
into-
foul them as much, you
Yeah,
win.
I don't want. I'm not trying to bring. I mean, I know I'm
No.
a Tennessee hater, but I wasn't trying to bring that up to be a Tennessee hater.
You
It
got-
just that's a pure
No,
example
no,
right there.
that's a good transition. Though.
Yeah.
We have 2 losses to a big matchup this weekend. Tennessee, Kentucky.
Yeah,
Kentucky loses to Florida, which I don't know if y'all watched that game. That was an insane
I didn't get to watch it.
way to lose. So Rob Dillingham gets fouled, goes to free throw line with like 10 seconds left, makes the first one, misses the second one, and
I mean, like, holy.
Florida hits a 3-pointer to go in the OT.
Like, can we help this man, please? He drops
Colin Kaepernick?
31 and we lose?
Yeah. Which that's another thing.
I mean-
we missed so many layups this game too, which is absurd missing
Do
layups.
you think it's weird that Tennessee has a takeover player where they haven't had one like that in a
We
while?
shoot 5 for 21 from 3.
The last person I could think
4
of
of them are.
taking over like he is like actually like I mean you have Grant Williams, Admiral Schofield,
Yeah, but those were like a
but
duo
Chris
1-2 punch.
Lofton
Yeah.
is the last person I could remember being.
Do you think like Rick Barnes' offense is centered around more teamwork than just Dalton Connect 1v1 shooting it?
So
Shooting the wall with people?
from what I was seeing, I think it was Jemai Mashak or maybe it was Akai. They were saying that when one player gets hot, that's going to get the whole team going,
Yeah.
and you're going to feed your player. You're going to feed that guy who's getting hot.
Mhm.
Like I think that was it's Santiago Vescovi because
Mhm.
he was saying his role has changed.
Massively.
Massively, and it's he was saying like
His stats.
but yeah.
So we made 5 3-pointers, and 4 of them were Dalton Connect.
yeah.
One of them was,
That's
one of them
another
was
thing.
Vescovi.
5 from 21
Yeah.
from the
I
3.
mean, South Carolina didn't shoot much better, but that 5.53 makes it's a big swing in the other direction
Yeah.
for them. And their free throws, 15 for 18. I mean,
Yeah.
83% as a team. That's solid.
But yeah, and then so you got the Tennessee, South Carolina loss. You got the Kentucky, Florida. Now let me check real quick because Walter Clayton, he's the guy that hit the 3
Mhm.
to go into overtime. And dude, Kentucky had that game won. It's the same deal with hitting your free throws.
Yeah.
Rob Dillingham, who is a 75 or 70 plus, I know I'm probably 1 or 2 off. He's a 70+% free throw shooter. Makes the first one, and then obviously misses the second one. That gives Florida the opportunity to hit this 3. If they hit that second free throw, it's a lock.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I said, I mean, both of these teams won on the road as well.
Yeah.
Hard to win on the road in the SEC,
Yeah.
and especially you go into Rupp and beat Kentucky in Rupp. That's a statement. I'm not saying Florida is necessarily a good or bad team. They're 5-3 in conference play.
Yeah.
But that's a huge quad 1 win too.
Yeah, it is.
Not saying they get in the tournament either,
No.
but
And it makes some noise in the tournament. tournament.
actually I don't know. Are they quad 1 or quad 2?
Kentucky?
No, Florida. I think they might be quad 2.
Quad 2. I haven't really done all the quad stuff, but I think he's quad 2.
I think they're technically quad 2. But yeah, that's a big game this weekend is Kentucky, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Houston and Kansas,
Duke,
and then
North
Duke
Carolina.
and UNC.
Yeah.
Huge slate.
I think it's all in one afternoon.
It's back to back to back.
Yeah. I think Duke and North Carolina are the last ones, are they?
No, I think Tennessee, Kentucky
So
are
it
last,
rounds
actually.
off tonight, and those two.
So, this is a hot take from my cousin. We were talking about this,
Mhm.
and he had a preseason bet that he had Houston winning it all, and then he just doubled down,
Double.
which is a hot take because I don't know. I think if y'all didn't watch the Texas Houston game, Texas easily could have won that game as well, and it just comes down to the simple free throws. Don't foul when you don't need a foul. Blah blah blah. The same old. But big slate. This weekend. Not to mention, I was talking to the fellas about this game last night because I was up to like 12:30. This Boise State New Mexico game. I know y'all probably don't care about it much.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it at work.
But this Max Rice kid, okay, he's Coach Rice's son.
Mm-hmm.
5th year, I believe, drops 30.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you who's pulling some crazy freaking shots,
Just one of those nights.
one of those nights he was just on.
You're just tossing them up and they're landing.
Pretty much.
You can't miss one. I wish I had one of those nights.
Yeah, that sounds like me back in the day.
I don't think you had a day.
Larry Bird.
Hey,
But,
hey,
Cocking
I'm nice
the
from the
thing.
free throw line though.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting weekend. What do y'all think about Let's do. I'm gonna pick. I've been bashing Houston. I'm gonna pick Houston over Kansas.
Where's it at?
I think it's in Kansas.
Give me Kansas.
Houston versus Kansas.
Give me Kansas.
Big home team advantage.
I hate Kansas, but give me Kansas.
Yeah, it's at Kansas.
Yeah, give me Kansas.
What do you think, Houston or Kansas?
Kansas.
Kansas.
I like Jayhawks.
I like the home team.
Kansas.
No, I'm saying I'm a Kansas person. I just like people that are at home. Chances are better.
What's the next game? Tennessee.
Duke UNC.
Duke UNC.
Dude, and
Where's that at? Is
I
that
want to
Duke?
say.
Give me Duke.
I want to say this. I've been bashing Duke. I always bash Duke because I hate Duke. But Kyle Filipowski is an absolute bucket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That dude is a bucket.
He's a playmaker for sure.
Who'd GCU lose to?
They lost to South Carolina, ironically,
Again?
and then they lost to.
I didn't know where their
No, they
second
lost
one.
to someone they shouldn't have lost to. I think it was Sam Houston. Schedule.
Yeah, I like Duke.
I think the thing about John Shire is that he trusts his players like Coach K did and just lets Flipkowski go make a play.
Yeah.
Because he's surrounded with guys that can shoot the rock very well.
Yeah, UTC's third in the SoCon.
They lost to Sanford. That's who they lost to.
They're on a 5-game winning streak.
I thought they were first for some reason.
Also, I saw that first pitch for college baseball isn't too
It's in 10 days, dude.
10 days. Cause I was thinking because I was looking on Instagram, they had a picture of.
That's a good transition.
Well, we gotta do Tennessee, Kentucky.
Well, yeah, okay.
Give me Jared McCain to go off for
There's
30.
Seattle. There's also Seattle. That they lost to. Okay.
Sorry, I came a little in.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Prematurely.
I think I want to be optimistic and say Tennessee wins this game, but
Where's it
I'm
at?
not gonna lie. I don't know. This is a toss-up. It's
It's
in
at
my
Kentucky?
opinion.
Oh, then give me Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's at Kentucky.
Yeah.
But
I think they're gonna win, and when they go to
They shoot 5
Bowling.
for 21 again. They're getting blown out.
If they go to Bowling, they'll
Yeah,
win in Bowling. They won't win a rep, but they'll win at home. Calling it now. But I'm going Duke.
I'm going UNC.
Yeah, that's a smart pick too. I mean, they're both good teams.
I got Duke.
But the only problem with UNC is Baycott, from what I've seen, just fouls too much. And
That's,
if you get Baycott out of that game, I think
it's where that's the matchup is that if you can get
Baycott or Filipowski out.
who's gonna play better is Baycott's defense gonna stop Filipowski's offense. Baycott really don't got offense, so we'll find out this weekend. I think if wherever Duke if it's at home. Let's
No,
see.
I believe the first one is in UNC.
Houston and Kansas at Houston. No, it's in
Is
Kansas.
that Kansas?
Yeah.
Allen Fieldhouse.
We're not in
Yeah, it's at
Kansas
UNC.
no more.
It's at UNC.
It's in Chapel Hill.
Chapel
What is it
Hill.
really a away game if they're both?
No, they're really
They're like
close.
30, not even 30
If they're
miles.
10 minutes apart from
Yeah,
each other?
the top
is it?
10 matchup.
Duke, Wake Forest, NC State, and
They're all within a certain amount of
Yeah.
miles of each other. Yeah,
I played in a baseball tournament that we had to play at all of them.
yeah, they're all former private Christian schools.
Didn't know that.
In North Carolina.
Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons.
Also,
Tennessee, Kentucky is at Rupp.
Yeah.
Another top 10 matchup.
that's what I'm saying. That this is why, like, Kentucky is one of those teams that lives and dies by the three.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee has a good 3-point percentage
Mhm.
defensively. You know,
It just depends how Tennessee starts.
it depends on which shows up,
Yeah.
and then it depends on offensively if Tennessee shows up or not.
Yeah.
And then that goes to the same point of Kentucky. It depends on what offense shows up.
Yeah. If it's just Dalton Connect playing well,
Traps.
Tennessee will not win the game because he obviously it's 1v5. Say 5 Kentucky players are playing decent and 1 Tennessee player is playing his best, and 4 Tennessee players are doing bad. Vice versa for
Yeah.
Kentucky. Either team will not make it far in the tournament, or they won't win nothing.
Dude, they were also calling for Cal's head after that game, saying like, oh, because like I said, you know, you start talking about stuff, and then you're seeing Kentucky people tweeting about it and everything,
Mhm.
and everybody's saying like, oh, Cal can't get it done in big games, or when it comes
Mhm.
down to the end of the game, he can't.
Did he almost get fired last year?
Well, I don't think so.
Mm.
It seems like a lot of Kentucky fans are pissed off about it now.
It's crazy. Their tickets are as low as 172, and then you look at Duke and North Carolina 416.
Yeah,
The tickets at Duke's Arena, Cameron, are even more expensive.
yeah, because it's a smaller.
It says tickets as low as $460.
Yeah.
Golly, bro.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Another,
I like that
there's-
BYU West Virginia.
There's actually like 2 more games that we want to. I think we need to check out is Auburn, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And then-
Auburn's gonna deplore them.
That Iowa State Baylor game is an interesting game, but I think that Bama Mississippi State game is going to be big too.
Because Mississippi State's been
Georgia had that game in the bag,
winning.
and then obviously it's Bama to come back and beat
100%.
Georgia at home.
But good weekend of basketball coming up. Baseball's in 10 days. Someone said.
Yeah, that's a good transition, Will, because I don't know if y'all.
Big game Sunday. Purdue, Wisconsin.
Purdue, Wisconsin.
That is another big game
That's
too.
another big game.
Yeah.
We got a lot of money to put on the line, a lot of money to lose.
Yeah, I'm not betting. I'm not a betting man anymore.
I'm throwing the house on Kentucky.
We've always said that.
So they lose.
I'm throwing the house on the Niners.
UConn,
Sidetrack.
UConn
But
St. John's could be an interesting game too.
St. John's.
Providence went into UConn and rattled them a little bit too.
Yeah, could be.
Um,
Utah versus San Diego State.
mm-hmm.
But baseball, college baseball, right? 10 days from the pitch of college baseball.
I don't know if y'all saw what I sent earlier about Alabama's coach.
Speak it.
Let me go to it real quick. I sent it to y'all. So this is the text message that Alabama's coach sent his Big Bets Only contact. We don't know who this Big Bets contact is. It says hammer ... pitcher in parentheses is out for sure. Let me know when I can tell LSU ... hurry. So basically, from what I've been seeing and what I've been reading,
What is this about?
who wants to read that out?
Shortly after receiving the electronic message from Bohannon, the bettor attempted to place a $100,000 wager on the LSU baseball team at BetMGM Sportsbook at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, but the sportsbook staff limited the bettor to $15,000 wager. The bettor then attempted to place additional wagers involving the April 28th Alabama versus LSU baseball game, but the sportsbook declined the wager due to suspicious activity. The suspicious activity included the bettor's insistent demeanor, to get the bet placed and statements to the sportsbook staff. The bet was for sure going to win, and if only you guys knew what I knew. The suspicious activity also included the bettor showing sportsbook staff managers from Bohannon explaining the messages were Bohannon informing bettor that the Alabama was scratching its starting pitcher before the game before Bohannon alerted LSU.
How stupid?
Yeah.
How stupid are you?
So who did this?
This was apparently some guy out of Indiana. I think he was I forget if he was a high school coach. He was some coach from Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
and he was going to place the bet.
So Alabama's scratching their pitcher against LSU already?
No, this was last year.
Oh.
This coach got fired last year. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so he got fired last year for this, and now all of it's coming out.
Mm.
And that was the text that flagged the sports book.
Mm.
So the implications and the legalities of it, it's like a $5,000 fine, and then I think it was like if he gets hired again by any team, it's like a 5-year suspension, which is pretty much he's suspended indefinitely because who's gonna hire a coach that's suspended for 5 years? I mean, it's stupid.
Yeah, they want to do something. Yeah, 100%.
But I don't think Alabama should be worried because they got a good team coming out.
They do have a solid team. LSU has a solid team. SEC has solid teams all over the place. Obviously, I'm biased towards LSU's baseball, defending national champs.
Here we go. There we go. Say it one more time. Say it one more time. You also have 16 live televised games.
Say what?
I think y'all have 16 live televised games.
That's okay. That's not that many.
I thought it was a lot for
I thought they should get 20.
all 60 games on there.
All of them. Why not? You're not gonna get that right now, buddy.
You looking for college baseball?
Yeah, you like college baseball. Let's go to
On
college.
to the Roman.
Go to college sports, buddy.
College sports.
There you go.
And you can find it somewhere. I don't know, but no, ESPN doesn't have a baseball thing. ESPN doesn't have a college baseball thing.
Because they hate college baseball.
Yeah, they don't have anything that has statistics or nothing.
Well, that's a little lame in my opinion.
Yeah, they don't have it. But who's the first game of the season? Who's throwing the first pitch?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
It's gonna be like
It's gonna be someone weak.
It's gonna be like Dallas Baptist versus Wichita State. Something like that.
Right, this is the world's.
Also, while we're waiting for this man to figure it out, they just announced that in 2025 the SEC baseball tournament is going to all 16 teams make it, single elimination. Top teams get double byes. I don't know how a single elimination works.
You lose and you go home.
What I know, but like
Well, we got the SEC.
Kentucky.
Tennessee plays Texas Tech 2:16, 8 o'clock on the dot.
So there's no good game.
LSU plays VMI. Couldn't tell you who that is.
Virginia Military Institute.
You know what? That's a SoCon team, bro. What are you hating on VMI for?
I'm not hating. I'm just saying I don't know.
But no. So from what growing up, I'd hate to be the team that had a double bye.
Yeah.
Because once you get playing, once you win, you're getting
sitting
rolling.
back. Yeah, you're sitting back.
If you're not
waiting.
playing, then it's kind of like you're anticipating, you're waiting.
Yeah, but if you have a pitcher that's a dog, like if they have another reincarnation of what's his name? Skeens, then the double bye won't affect you.
It might.
Yeah.
If you're not hitting, then
Yeah, true.
But I thought that was interesting. I think it was 12 out of 14 teams make it originally.
That's how it was. Go to the Tennessee schedule and LSU schedule. Pop those up and see what's a good prediction. What they play? What if they make it to College World Series? It's 60 plus, 70 plus games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of games.
Dude, like I said, it's hard to go back to back, and I just don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening with Tennessee either.
Back to back what?
It's hard to get back to the College World Series.
Oh yeah.
In back-to-back years.
Yeah.
So I'm being pessimistic in saying that, but it's honestly the truth, and it's so hard year in year out to be consistent.
Hell of a schedule we got here
So it's always been the beginning of the year, dude. It's baseball.
So there's somebody worth
Dude,
a damn.
should we go to Houston? Go to that?
Texas.
I'm not going to Houston.
Yeah. Astros Foundation Classic keeps going down. Why are we going back up to games we just saw?
Raising Cajuns are actually kind of dirty.
Yeah, can we get some SEC matchups? There we go.
Found them. Keep it going. We'll get to
La Tech? You're playing La Tech?
Same state. Keep going.
Smoke play baseball too?
And
Dude, I bet you Smoke would smash your shit.
I'm waiting for that's gonna be it. That Arkansas LSU matchup. That should be a good matchup as well. Tennessee
Friday,
ranked
April
8, 9,
13th?
10.
I think preseason 9.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 days short. We could have gone on my birthday. It was
Who
April
cares?
16th.
All right, so I'm sitting here alone. Guys, you're not here for this part, but the whole second segment, just the audio didn't record. It's frustrating because it was a really good segment about what's going on in the NCAA. You can notice at the end of the first segment as well, the audio starts going buggy. So I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and get some new audio equipment. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about this NCAA versus Tennessee, pretty much. Not to mention that as we are speaking right now, the Big Ten and the SEC have come together and they're forming an advisory group, which is, aimed at tackling issues within the college world, the college athletics world specifically. And I think this involves, anywhere from the chancellors to the athletic directors to the presidents of all I'm not sure if it's all the universities. It's really vague right now because they just announced it. So I'm assuming it's throughout all the universities. But it's the hottest topic right now in the college sports world, which pretty much, long story short, I'm going to sum it up as best as I can. You can go watch as much as you want about this. I know there's a lot of guys that have already talked about this. We're a little late to it, but Tennessee, they're getting hit with NIL violations from the NCAA. The rumor is, and the elephant in the room, it's about the Nico recruitment. They haven't flat out come out and said it yet. They're trying to apparently pin it on Tony Vitello and also an assistant basketball coach as well, which they've already served. That's also new information, but they've already served suspensions for it. They've already been penalized for it. But to break it down in the SparkNotes summary, Nico got flown out by the Spire Sports Group, which is not affiliated to the University of Tennessee at all. Not affiliated. They're more of like a sports agency organization. But he got flown out by Spire, and that's what the NCAA is investigating. Is how did this have any effect on the recruitment of Nico to Tennessee? Long story short, it got leaked. Information got leaked. Pat Ford from Sports Illustrated was the first one to leak it. Dondi Plowman, the chancellor of Tennessee, obviously didn't like how it got leaked. She released a whole statement. You can go read it if you want. I can attach the link to the bio. And it was pretty much a 3-page paper on just firing and absolutely coming at the NCAA. Well, this was released by Danny White. This is his statement from Danny White. The NCAA generally does not comment on infractions cases because there is a rule against it. However, that has not stopped them in the past from leaking information to the media, as they did this week about us. Their actions made this ill-conceived investigation public and forced us to defend ourselves. It is clear that the NCAA staff does not understand what is happening at the campus level all over the country in the NIL space. After reviewing thousands of Tennessee coach and personnel phone records, NCAA investigators didn't find a single NIL violation, so they moved the goalposts to fit a predetermined outcome. They are stating that the nebulous, contradictory NIL guidelines written by the NCAA, not the membership, doesn't matter, and applying the old booster bylaws to collective. If that's the case, then 100% of the major programs in college athletics have significant violations. This is obviously silly and not productive, as it's blaming the membership whenever they are challenged. We need to spend our time and energy on solutions to better organize college athletics in the NIL era, something that the NCAA leadership failed to do back in 2021. Student athletes, prospective student athletes, coaches, and administrators across the country deserve better, and I refuse to allow the NCAA to irrationally use Tennessee as an example for their own agenda. So he basically just comes from the top rope, is saying like he's not taking any crap from the NCAA. So not long before Danny White put that quote out, the state of Tennessee and the Commonwealth of Virginia filed a lawsuit against the NCAA. Pretty much, this is a little sidetrack, but it all ties in. Each state has their own NIL legislation, and what the NCAA is doing goes against both Tennessee and California's NIL legislation, which is pretty much it's limiting the potential of a college athlete's NIL, their money. So that's why the state of Tennessee and the Commonwealth of Virginia filed this lawsuit. What I had to learn and research more about, I didn't realize that they're already in other lawsuits right now, one of them being a transfer portal lawsuit, this other being this House versus NCAA lawsuit, which, long story short, to dumb that down, it's pretty much, are college athletes, are they amateurs or are they paid employees? And this has got a lot of traction because if that case, if Grant House wins that case, there could be up to 14,000 college athletes getting compensation. And if that one wins, there's pretty much no reason for the NCAA to even exist. And like I said before, now you're seeing this whole, Big Ten and SEC. They're coming together, making this advisory group, which it looks like it's the start of the downfall of the NCAA. Now, like I said, this is months, possibly years out of finding out what's going to happen. But like I said, it's not looking good for the NCAA. But yeah, pretty much that's what's happening with the NCAA. And like I said, this could either be pretty much death penalty for Tennessee or the death of the NCAA. We're just going to have to see how this one plays out pretty much. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I know this is not ideal. Second time this has happened, so it's really, really, really frustrating. But you got to go with punches. But thank you for watching. Thank you for checking in. Appreciate it.